Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. It's kind of late. I don't expect very many people to be up, but y'all could be anywhere in the world tonight, but y'all here with me. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you for spending a little time with me. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is why you should start your quote entrepreneur life before you have kids, get married, and start a family. Why you should do this, why it's a bad idea to start doing it after you get married. And this is something that I have a lot of experience in this area when it comes to this. And I've known a lot of guys. One of the biggest reasons for their divorce was because, see, a lot of guys, this is what most guys do. Most guys will meet the girl that they want, date her for a couple years, 1 to 2 years, maybe 3 years, 5 years tops. And he gets married to her. They have kids, buy a house. Then once the kids come, he figures out that, hey, I'm not going to be able, I really can't afford all of this. The expenses are much more than he thought because kids are very expensive. You got mortgage. The wife is telling you that she's complaining, So what most guys do is they start to find, they start searching for other ways to make income. And what usually happens is, if you're married or if you're living with a woman, there's a good chance she's going to want a lot of your time. So most guys will, focus more on making money. And, with great income, or should I say, when it comes to making big money, it's always a risk, some sort of risk, But the wife is looking at you like, hey, just go get a second job. Don't worry about being an entrepreneur. Don't worry about starting a side hustle. Don't worry about starting a business. Don't worry about that. The wife just wants to take the safe route. So she'll tell you go to get a second job and still complain when you're not making enough money. And what usually happens, if it goes too long without you making enough money, what happens to a lot of guys is the wife will get a divorce and leave you for the same guy that you were trying to be. In other words, she'll leave you for a guy that's doing a similar thing, or she'll leave you for the entrepreneur guy that you were trying to be while y'all was together. This happens all the time. It happens a lot. This is why you should, if you want to start any business, if you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to make the big money, You should do it before you get married. You should do it before you decide to settle down with any woman for the long term. Because if you meet her and you're already established, or you're on your way to being successful, what's going to happen is she's going to know what time it is. So she's going to say, hey, this guy, he's doing his thing, and this is his passion, this is his purpose. So I know it's a package deal. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be able to get him away from this. He probably ain't going to have as much time, I was like. So she already know what's the deal up front. So if you do it that way, that'll probably work out much better than the second option. Now, if you get married to a woman, or you get with a woman for the long term, and you're not making that much money. Maybe you're making enough money for a single man, but it's not enough money for a person. See, if you work a 9-to-5 job, it's never going to be enough for a family. That's just how it is. That's not my opinion. That's just what it is. If you work a 9-to-5 job, it's never going to be enough for a family. That's just what it is. It might be enough for a single guy, but not for a family. So what happens is if you get with a woman and you're not established, you're just getting started, you probably even haven't gotten started yet. You're just searching. And if you find something that you really want to do, you're going to get a lot of pushback. Y'all going to be going back and forth. She's going to try to talk you out of it. She's going to say, my uncle did it. It didn't work. She's going to say, hey, it's too risky. That's too much money. You gotta travel to the conference. Why you want to be around those people? It's going to be a lot of, back and forth and a lot of tension in the relationship. So you can't really be successful in a relationship like that. It's almost impossible, right? She's going to tell you go get a job at FedEx or at the office, some corporation. You're going to go work that job. Forget about working the job, the side hustles. Forget about starting a business. So forget about having an LLC or starting a corporation on your own. Forget about all that. Just go work that job. And she's going to complain that you're still not making enough money, even though she talked you out of not doing your side hustle on the side. But she's going to leave you for the same guy, the same entrepreneur type guy that you were trying to be. This is why you should never, ever quit or give up on your passions, or should I say on your purpose with any woman, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up resenting her in the long run, because she's going to either check out on you or she's going to leave you for another guy. So you see, at the end of the day, anyone that's around me, male or female, they know this is what it is. It's my life, my game, my show. And I'm not going to quit doing what I'm doing just because you don't like it. I mean, if you got to go, take care. But I'm not going to stop writing books. I'm not going to quit doing videos. I'm not going to quit speaking about topics that I want to speak about just because you don't like it. If you don't like it, fine. Stop listening to it. Don't buy my shit. You don't have to ever talk to me again. Some will, some won't. That's what it is. You can't please everybody. When I look in the mirror, that's the person that I have to really feel good about myself. You know. What's up, Splash? Old hats. What's up? Tough game. He has a lot of good topics. All if you want, you have to give up your life point blank. Yeah, old hats. I disagree with that, old hats. I disagree with that. You don't have to give up your life. No, no, I don't. I disagree with that. Because I've never given up my life ever. Your dreams? No, I disagree with that. No, you just have to give up some of your time. That's it. That's what I would say. But give up on your dreams? No, no. You know, if you give up on your dreams, then you're a fool. No, I'm not ever going to do that. It's better to get your business solidified before getting married. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's better to have your life in order. It takes time. I finished my first book. If I'm not dealing with them. Well, yeah, you got to be. You have definitely have to manage your time. But she has to. But here's the deal, old hat. She has to be. She has to buy into you. She has to buy into what you're doing and where you're going. I mean, you got to take the lead. And if she don't want you to lead, or if she don't trust you to lead, you got to let her go. That's what it is. If y'all planning on being together long term, or if she plans on being around you for the long term, because you can have more than one woman. But she can't be one of those types where she'll stand on the side like a cheerleader, passive aggressive women stand on the side like a cheerleader. But when she sees you doing something, even though she knows she can make a difference, but she won't do it because of selfish reasons. The majority of them are like that. Yeah, but if that's the case, they got to go. They got to go. Yeah, there's a lot of women that came in my life that left because I'm like, you got to go. I don't play that. You know, I don't play that part time shit. It's like when it's their time, when they need support, I'm there, right? And when I need support, it's like, oh, I can't make it. I got to go hang out with the friends tonight. Oh, okay. Okay. Or when it's time for me to graduate, right? Oh, I can't make it. I'm like, you off work? What you? What else you have to do? Oh, gotta I gotta take care of some errands. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. So it's that type of attitude. Those type of people, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. Got to. Because it's only gonna get worse if you tolerate that early. It's not gonna get better. And people like that, you can't really talk no sense into them because most people like that, they have a bad attitude about it. They feel like, um, well, yeah, women disrespect you on purpose, test you. Yeah, some of them will do that, Splash. Yeah, they're trying to test you about. Yep, Yeah, but that's why you have to establish the boundaries early. And if they test you, you got to check them. A lot of times we let things slide because, you know, we don't think it's a big deal, you know, even, so I made mistakes like that too. I let things slide or, and then, it, they'll keep doing it. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile, so that's what usually happens. And you got some people out here they don't understand the value of friendships. They don't Either they don't know, don't care, or they're just scandalous like that. They run people through the pipeline. People come in their life in and out. They just extract or get as much as they can get out of every person because they know the person's not going to be around them very long. So they'll just get as much as they can get out of the person. And when they get old, then they start to have they start to feel bad because they'll be apologizing when you see them, and then they'll be on Facebook quoting scripture. They'll be on Facebook and Instagram quoting scripture, talking about, "Oh, I'm sorry because of what I done to you 10, 15 years ago. I left you and cut you off like that." I had a woman tell me that. She's probably gonna listen to this too. I had a woman tell me that about 3 weeks ago. She said she was sorry of how she cut me off 10 years ago. I'm like, look, I don't even care. I put women out my car on the highway for thinking they can destroy. Oh, I've done the same thing too, Splash. I've done that a couple of times. Yeah, I kick women out on the interstate, to be exact. Yeah, I don't play around like that. I pulled over on the interstate. I pulled over this is when I was in Charlotte. I pulled over on I-77 in Charlotte, and I told her, "Hey, you can get the hell out." I don't play around. I mean, you're not gonna talk to me like that in my street. No, no, can't do it. No, it wasn't snowing. It was warm. It was summertime. It was summertime. I guess she was feeling herself that night, but hey, man, she got to go. And then it was another time, probably 2 or 3 times. I just left them at the spot where we was at. I just left, because like if we go somewhere, if I meet a woman somewhere, and if I don't like how things is going, maybe she's trying to be slick, I'll just leave straight up. I've done this. I've done this a couple times. I've met women at bars, restaurants, clubs, and if I don't like how nothing pisses a woman off more than you just simply walking away, you went. I don't know. I don't know, old hats. I never asked. I didn't stick. I never asked. I don't know. You could be right about that, but if things aren't going the way I would like, if she's if I feel like her attention is elsewhere or whatever, and she's on the phone and talking to people, oh, I'm out of there. I'll be like, hey, I'll be right back. I don't even say I'm going to the restroom. I just say I'll be right back, and I'm out of there. I've done that a few times, more times than I can count. Yeah, I don't play around, man. I've done this everywhere I've lived since I'm a living. I've done this in Japan. I've done this in Charlotte. I've done this here where I live now. Where else I've done this at? I've done it at other places where I didn't live too. Yeah, Yeah, so I don't play around. Yeah. I have a zero tolerance for disrespect. Zero. Really. You know. I did that 2 months ago with a woman up here where I live at a local bar. No, I came I actually was I was leaving downtown Atlanta and she called me and she said, where you at? I said, I'm on my way home. So she said she was in the same neck of the woods. So I asked her, hey, what you about to do? So she said she's about to go to the bar, local bar. So I said, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you over there. You know, I said, hey, I'll get there in about 20 minutes. Right. So I met her there and she's waiting on me or whatever, And we were sitting down talking or whatever. And she likes to dance. What's nothing wrong with that? I mean, so I dance with her. I'm not a dancer, but I get out there if I have to. I mean, I got moves, I got rhythm. So, you know, so we dance and whatever. And she's a social butterfly, right? People like her, she's a very likable person, and all that's cool. So what happened is this guy came, well, it was two guys. One guy I knew, he's an older guy. He's an old dude. He's like 60, really. I know him, she knows him too. So I like, he's just a grouchy old man. Who cares, right? But it was a younger dude came in. He's like 20, he's in the 20s. So it seems like just observing that the younger guy like really got her attention, right? So she kept walking around all in the bar. They have a dance floor or whatever. So I was like, no big deal. So I got up and went to the restroom, came back, sat down. So she was dancing with the dude, which like I don't care. But what happened is she kept walking around continuously and she never came back. So I'm at the bar sitting for shoo, about 20, 25 minutes. So I'm like, man, when I finish my beer, I'm about to get out of here. So she came back to the bar and she was like, hey, what time are you leaving? So I'm like, what? What time am I leaving? That's a weird question, right? So she's like, what time are you leaving? So she was paying her tab because she was about to leave, right? That's what she said to the bartender. So I'm like, huh? So I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. So after I finished my beer, I left. And but just before I left, she was like, don't go nowhere until I get back, right? But I was like, hell that. I left anyway. So about when I got down the street, probably about, I'm gonna say about 15 minutes, she realized that I was gone. So she called and said, hey, why'd you left? Where'd you go? Uh, you know, I said, yo, I had to go. Right? So she was like, she was talking about the whole thing was just a test. The whole thing was a test, yo. She was like, uh I was watching you the way you handled yourself. You didn't get jealous because I was talking mingling in the spot or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But even before she got to that, she was like, uh I didn't want you to leave. I wanted to do a one-on-one with you. She was basically she was ready to get down and dirty. That's basically what she was trying to say. And then she went on to say, I wanted to talk to you outside or whatever, but you left, you know. And then she was saying you were all calm, cool, and collective. You handle yourself well. She said most guys would have got all upset and everything. And I said, nah, I don't get down like I don't get all upset. No. And then she said, she tried to come up with an excuse. She said she thought I was going to come there anyway. She thought that was my spot. So she tried to make it seem like I was going to come there anyway. And she tried to use that to justify her bad behavior, basically, you know. And then she was like, "Oh, I can't. Uh, I got to do a one-on-one with you. Like, we got to go somewhere else. So the next time we'll meet somewhere else. So I'll have your. So you have my undivided attention." Yeah, that's the whole thing was just a bullshit test, you know. So the next time I saw her, she rolled out the red carpet. She was kissing my ass, basically. You know. So it's yeah, she was kissing my ass. She'd roll out the red carpet. She paid for everything too. Paid for all the drinks, all the food, everything. Yeah, it is unnecessary. And then she went on to say, she's into fashion, so she's like a fashion designer. She make clothes from scratch, right? So she was like, "Hey, uh, next time I have a fashion show, I want you to come up there. You know, you're somebody that I would appreciate their opinions on certain clothes and stuff like that. You know, it's yeah. So it's just you gotta value yourself, man. Don't tolerate no BS. Yeah, but it's just that's how it is, man. Imagine how many other guys she tell that to. Yeah. Imagine how many guys she pulled that on. Obviously, she'd done that before to somebody else. I wasn't the first guy. Yeah, I wasn't the first guy, man, that she done that to. I just didn't put up with that nonsense. Some guys, they don't care. Some guys will put up with anything. They don't care. But I'm not gonna, you know, there's just certain things I just don't tolerate. That's how I get down. you know. But in some cases, um, if the next time I saw her, if she wouldn't have basically roll out the red carpet and go the extra mile, I wouldn't have talked to her no more if she wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I wouldn't have talked to her no more after that. Because you got to make a look. If you make some type of mistake or do something that I don't like, you got to make up for that. No, there's no free lunch. No free lunch. You got to make up for that. You know, I mean, if a woman do something that's disrespectful to you, and she calls you and says, "Hey," she apologizes and say, "Hey, I'll make it up to you or do whatever." She don't necessarily have to say she'll do whatever, but then if the next time you see her, and if she doesn't act like, if she doesn't feel some type of remorse, you need to leave her alone. Because that tells you right there she don't respect you. if she don't feel no type of remorse, if she act like what she did the last time wasn't a big deal, no, you gotta let her go. Got to, you know, got to. Stuff like that, you gotta call that out early. Got to, man. Earlier the better. It's all in the eyes. That numb's gonna look they give as if nothing happened. Oh yeah, yeah, I've got that many times. Yeah, they play that innocent look. Like, what's going on? Yeah. How many times have we seen that? They're like, what's going on? And you know what? You know what's crazy? There's some women that have meant messed up, but they acted like it wasn't. So that's when you gotta let them go. Because it's like that's bold. It's boldly disrespecting you. You know, that's you definitely gotta let her go. Yeah, so imagine being in a relationship with a woman like that long term. You getting married to a woman like that. You're not gonna be able to do very much of anything. This is why a lot of guys don't do very much. They don't achieve very much because they're with the wrong person. And let's talk about the legal aspect of starting something uh before and after you get married. Now, see, some people will say when you get married, you should build something together. But actually, no, it's the opposite. You should build before you get together, because what happens is, see, if you build something after you get married, the woman is is entitled to, well, in some states, up to 80%. Especially if you're not set up right, especially if you don't have if you're not incorporated, or if you don't have an LLC or something like that, you can't prove that she's not entitled to anything after you get married. So there's a legal aspect to that as well. See, at least if it goes bad, and if you were established before you got married, and you had a LLC, incorporated or whatever, at least you have on paper, you can prove, hey, I had here's my paperwork, you know, here's what I had on such and such date. This was established, and that's, you registered through the state, so that's proven. That's a proven document. But if you get married after the fact, you can't prove nothing. If you get married after the fact and build something after y'all get married, you can't prove nothing, bro. Shit. That's if you go through the state. If you get married through the state, Now, if you're married through a contract, oh, that's a different story. Because if you get married based on just a contract, what you put in the contract is what it is. Once y'all come to an agreement. So there's a legal aspect of this, and then there's a social aspect of this. And I've been through the social aspect of this a couple times. Because what happens is, look, money matters. That's just what it is. Money matters. Every guy needs to learn how to make their own money. I'm going to say that one more time. Every guy needs to learn how to make their own money. Now, what type of guy is going to disagree with that statement? Think about that. What type of guy would disagree with the statement I just made when I said every guy needs to learn how to make their own money? A mama's boy. Hey, mama ain't going to be around forever. Mama got to go just like everybody else got to go. So when mama's going to go, then what you going to do? Maybe mama pass something down to you. Your trust fund ain't going to, you might blow your trust fund. Blow your insurance money. Or maybe mama got some, I don't know, real estate or whatever. Maybe you be good to go. If that's the case. If your parents set you up right, but that might not be the case. You know? But, there's no guarantees, man. Only thing that's guaranteed is that you're going to die one day. So, but what they say with, it's always going to be some type of risk. Always. Yep. Yeah. So, hey, that's all I got in this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Sharp Game. Check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.